Earth may not be alone, because alien planets like ours could be hiding behind Starlight. Stars may frequently go about as electric lamps in space, focusing light emissions on objects that would somehow or another stay covered up in obscurity. However, unseen planets can be darkened by their glare. We just consider our to-be framework as the standard since we live here. Past our astronomical domain, about portion of star frameworks are parallel, and our own strength have been once, so encountering a dawn or dusk on one of their planets would resemble remaining on Tatooine. Science fiction realness to the side, we probably won't know a considerable lot of these planets even exist, since new examination has tracked down that past exoplanet look were conceivably passing up many Earth-like planets in these double frameworks. More space. Is there a multiverse universe? JPG scientists may have quite recently discovered verification of an equal universe spilling into our OWN F9 banner hero. Could you truly dispatch a vehicle into space, as in F9? The science behind the fiction. About portion of all stars being in paired frameworks may imply that the glare of these frameworks has been making it difficult to see up to half of existing planets close in size to Earth. Such planets could be undeniably more normal than recently thought, and some of them may even be livable. In exoplanet frameworks containing twofold host stars, there is an observational inclination against distinguishing Earth-sized planet travels because of travel profundity weakening brought about by the friend star, said space experts from NASA's Ames Research Center in an examination drove by Katie Lester and as of late distributed in Solar and Stellar Astrophysics. TESS had initially discovered these star frameworks, yet recognizing them as parallel required particularly low-res vision. This is the reason Lester and her group utilized the twin telescopes at the Gemini Observatory of the National Science Foundation's, NSF, NOIR lab to figure out which obviously single pinpoints of light saw by TESS were really coming from two stars on the double. TESS, as different telescopes scouring the universe for exoplanets, utilizes the travel strategy to discover them. At the point when a planet's circle takes it before the star, essentially according to the telescope's perspective, and it travels that star, TESS sees a darkening in that star's light. What can make the travel technique dangerous is that a few planets may not be sufficiently enormous to impede sufficient light from a double star framework for it to enroll as a travel. It doesn't help when double stars that are near one another are effortlessly confused with only one star. Contingent upon the size and brilliance of their stars, considerably bigger planets could pass by unseen. The cosmologists rather depended on spot interferometry. This method includes math, equipment and progressed tech that permit Earth-bound telescopes to arrive at as far as possible, the greatest goal that the telescope can see it without picture quality being influenced. The DOT instruments, Alipeke on Gemini North in Hawaii and Zorro on Gemini South in Chile arrive at as far as possible by taking great many fast openness pictures that outwardly freeze the climate. These are then further finessed by numerical mediation and handled through particular programming to deliver pictures adequately clear to equal a space telescope. Space telescopes get a particularly astounding perspective since they don't have Earth's environment in the manner. Dot pictures cause space to show up as it would if Earth had no environment. Due to dot imaging, Lester and her group had the option to get such a reasonable perspective on paired stars that would have in any case been excessively near one another to distinguish. Other imaging examines have proposed this deficiency of firmly isolated parallels in frameworks which have exoplanets, yet inadequacy at little divisions makes it hard to unravel unseen buddies from a genuine absence of allies, they said in the investigation. Known paired star frameworks were likewise given another once-over with the WIYN telescope at Kitt Peak National Observatory, additionally under the NSF NOIR Lab program. While it had recently been associated that the glare with parallel stars could be continuing traveling planets from being seen, this is the principal study to give real observational proof of that. Knowing whether a star is single or paired could part with whether there are any little planets in a framework. At the point when they are on the way of a double framework, its extreme light could undoubtedly swallow them. Things being what they are, outsiders? Too early for that, yet we could essentially wind up discovering different Earths that may have the stuff for some type of life to make do out there.